Good morning. Today I'm going to do a what I eat in a day video with fun high protein meals. I always switch between a savory and a sweet breakfast, but today I'm craving something sweet, so I thought we could make my fluffy high protein pancakes that contain no protein powder, which is one of my most popular recipes. I'm making pancakes also for Aaron, so for 2 servings we need 4 eggs. In 1 cup of high protein Greek yogurt, in 2 teaspoons of maple syrup, in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then we mix the wet ingredients together. Next we need 2/3 of a cup all-purpose flour. I'm using gluten-free flour, but if you're not celiac, intolerant to gluten, or IBS sufferer, you can of course use wheat flour in this recipe. And lastly, we need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And then we stir. The ready batter should look like this. And then we cook the pancakes on a non-stick pan for a few minutes on each side. When bubbles are starting to form, it's time to flip the pancakes. I like to top these pancakes with some vanilla yogurt and berries. And lastly, you can add some maple syrup on top if you like. These pancakes are so fluffy and delicious. I thought we could make lunch while I talk about something that's been bothering me lately on social media. I feel like more and more people are promoting undereating and over-exercising, especially on TikTok. I'm older now, so I know what a healthy body looks like for me, but if younger me has seen videos like that, I can imagine the impact they would have had on me. I did figure skating for over 13 years, and every 3 months we had physical tests, and we did everything from sit-ups, push-ups, pull-ups, jumps to running tests, and weight and body fat percentage measurements. And the coach said that the main reason why those numbers were checked was just to make sure no one was underweight. But eventually I became way too focused on those numbers, and I just wanted to see my body fat percentage to get lower and lower. And eventually I lost my period for about 3 months. I went to see a doctor pretty quickly, and she explained that I just simply wasn't eating enough for the amount I was exercising. At the time I was training around 25 to 30 hours a week, but luckily I got help early and I made some changes and I got my period back very quickly. After that I talked with my coach and we agreed that it would be better if my weight and body fat percentage weren't checked anymore. I just want to remind younger girls especially that losing your period because of undereating or over-exercising is not something to ignore. It can increase your risk of things like osteoporosis, and it can also lead to issues like hair loss, headaches, low energy, as well as skin problems. And social media doesn't usually show that side of things. Of course, some women naturally maintain a lower body fat percentage while still feeling healthy and having regular periods, but for many of us, that's not realistic, and that's okay, because healthy looks different for everybody. What helped me the most back then was shifting my focus away from how my body looked like towards performance-based goals, like getting stronger or seeing how many more push-ups I could do next time. Social media makes it so easy to compare yourself to others, and now that being extremely skinny seems to be trending again, I just felt like this was an important reminder that healthy really looks different for everybody. I don't think I even mentioned what we are making for lunch, but we are making a Greek pasta salad. Now we have all the vegetables chopped. So next we can make the dressing. For 2 servings, we need 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm using garlic infused olive oil for extra flavor. Then we need juice of half a lemon. And 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. And about 1.5 teaspoons of oregano. And a little bit of honey. And a pinch of salt. And here's the ready dressing. Here's the ready lunch. It looks so good. This is one of my go-to easy lunches. It's super simple, but delicious. I just walked on the walking pad for a while, and now I'm gonna do an at-home Pilates workout. About a month ago, I found Pilates by Izzy's workouts on YouTube, and I started her 25-day challenge, and I'm now on day 25. So if you're looking for really challenging at-home Pilates workouts, definitely recommend checking out her channel. I really feel like my arms and core have gotten stronger because of these workouts.
For day 25, congratulations.
For dinner, I'm making shrimp tacos. We need to leave in 45 minutes. We're going to the movies with our friends, so I need to film this very quickly. We're first gonna make a marinade for the shrimp. We need 1 tablespoon of olive oil. I'm using garlic infused olive oil. Then we need paprika and ground cumin and oregano and a pinch of chili flakes and salt and juice of half a lime. If you don't have IBS like me, you can of course add some garlic and onion powder to this as well. And then we stir. Usually I let these marinate for 30 minutes, but since we're in a rush, we're gonna let these marinate while we make the guacamole and pico de gallo. Then we need juice of half a lime. Next, I'm adding green onions, but if you don't have IBS, you could use red onions instead. And salt. And then we stir. Aaron hates coriander, so his version goes to this bowl. And I'm adding chopped coriander to my version. For the guacamole, we need 1 avocado. And the jalapeno. And then I'm adding green onions, but if you don't have IBS, you could add some garlic. Then I like to add Greek yogurt to make it extra creamy, and a pinch of salt and pepper. And then we stir. Next, we're gonna toast the tortillas. And then we cook the shrimp. First, I'm adding some red cabbage. And the guac. And the shrimp. And lastly, the pico de gallo. Here are the ready tacos. They look so good. For a quick dessert, I'm having one of these Snickers inspired stuffed dates I made yesterday. These are so good. Now we're gonna go see the new Devil Wears Prada 2 movie.